Hey, what's going on, everyone? Designedcoma here. Welcome back. And the gameplay you're watching is some of the last few, well, one of the last few game captures I have of the multiplayer Black Ops 3 beta. And sadly, it has come to an end for all of us PlayStation 4 owners. Unfortunately, you know, for me, I only have the PlayStation 4. I do not have both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But in all honesty, I'd have to pick one or the other to do a pre-order for because, you know, I don't see myself buying the game for both systems because, you know, I mean, this stuff starts to get expensive after a while, but, you know, that's really for a different video. So I'm going to kind of give some of the last thoughts I have as far as Black Ops 3. I do have a few other captures that I'm going to try and use, but I didn't get to do many because, one, I was having some issues with capturing with my Elgato. I don't know what's going on. I mean, part of the reason is the fact that my computer is just a dinosaur when it comes to, you know, computers. But, you know, when I first got my Elgato and started doing it, it was working out fine. You know, I didn't really have any problems. So aside from those issues, you know, let's get into you know, my thoughts. You know, my thoughts is that you know, the Black Ops 3 beta, it was a good beta. You know, as betas are expected to go. I didn't expect everything to be perfect. I didn't expect, you know, hit markers to be perfect. I didn't expect, you know, my hits, you know, on target to be perfect or any of that nature. You know, I really expected there to be some things that you know, were you know, the things that kind of make us cringe, you know, when it comes to multiplayer games. But for the most part, this beta went pretty well, you know. I mean, yeah, there were some connectivity issues, some latency issues, and things like that. But all in all, I mean, that is what a beta is for. You know, and it's not only, you know, to test out the game, it's to, you know, test out the servers, to test out the load on the servers, you know, to see what they need to do when it comes to the servers. Do we need to add more, you know, and things of that nature. Personally, I think they need to add more, but, you know, it's not my call there. But for the most part, yeah, you know, the beta went well. And let's get into some of the weapons I got to use. You know, I only really got to use 4 of the weapons because, like I said, I didn't get to play the multiplayer. I didn't get to play the beta as much as I wanted to. But with the weapons I did get to use, I got to use the Ark7, the Man of War a little bit, and I used the Kuda and the Razorback. Those were the 4 weapons I used the most. And it turns out that I didn't use the Man of War all that much because I'm just really loving the Ark7. So why do I love the Ark7? Well, I wish I could have a lot of why I love the Ark7 points because, you know, unfortunately I don't. I didn't get a chance to play the game too often. But from what I did get to play, the Ark7, it just feels like a good weapon. It's like the minute I started using it, it felt like a weapon I used in previous games, you know, only better. You know, it just has, I don't know, there's something about it. The iron sights on that thing are just great. I would never use anything other than iron sights on the Ark7. The Man of War, well, you know, that one, it definitely feels like a heavier assault rifle because it is, for one. You know, it is a heavier assault rifle. But I didn't get to use it that often. You know, I didn't get to use it very much, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a pretty decent weapon. You know, I just didn't have enough attachments, you know, unlocked for it, I think, you know, because I didn't use it that much. You know, as far as the Kuda is concerned, I am just loving that. I'm loving that little submachine gun. I just love that thing. Iron sights on it are great. It fires fast. You can burn through your clips pretty quickly on it. I think I did get the red dot unlocked for it, and I believe the foregrip unlocked for it. And I think I took the red dot off and I used just the foregrip on it, and that kind of stabilized things a little better. And you know, to be honest with you, I prefer that over the Razorback. You know, as far as the Razorback goes, it's a good weapon. I didn't get as far as getting the rapid fire open for it, because I know once you get the rapid fire on it, that thing is just insane, because it does have more damage than the Kuda does, but unfortunately it does fire slower in the beginning. But once you get that rapid fire on there, I think that thing is just a, you know, a beast gun, I suppose. But again, I didn't get to use very many of the weapons other than the 4 that I did get a chance to use. You know, as far as the Razorback goes, I believe I had the foregrip on it and the red dot, and I do prefer the red dot on this as opposed to the iron sights. It's something about that square, just that iron square down there at the end. It just I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not really liking it all that much, you know, as far as this weapon goes. I didn't use many of the handguns because, well, I rarely use any of the handguns in any multiplayer games. I hardly ever do. I usually take it out so I get a extra slot for something else. You know, so as far as handguns are concerned, I hardly ever use them. In fact, I hardly ever use any secondary weapons for the most part. You know, a lot of times I just use I use primaries, and I just, you know, have the other slots as opposed to having the secondary. So as far as the gameplay went, you know, there were times that the gameplay was just nice and smooth, and there were no real issues. And then there were other times where, you know, it was pretty obvious that the server was being taxed pretty heavy, and the latency spikes were going, and things of that nature. So that's it, guys. You know, as far as my opinions go with Black Ops 3, it's really shaping up to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to the full launch, and I hope a lot of these things are ironed out, which, you know, some of them were during the beta. So just a little quick spam mail I want to share with you guys, and this one's great. You know, I'm not really doing the series anymore, but you know, I figured I'd share this one because this one's hilarious. This one came from a guy apparently in Africa. He's a retired banker, and he's got $4.5 million that he has apparently in an account that you know, the bank doesn't even know about. He didn't even report it to the bank, I suppose. And ultimately, all he wants me to do is to be the beneficiary of this account, and he'll give me 30% of the money as a commission if I accept his offer. And apparently he's suffering from, he's critically ill or something, I suppose. And you know, he's not really asking for any information other than the fact he just wants me to set up the account where this money can be transferred, and you know, I get my 30% and get to go to prison. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, favorite, and subscribe. And you know, I will catch you in the next one. And just a little hint for an upcoming series I'm thinking of doing, and I'm already starting to pull some stuff together, is Stupid Criminals. So look forward to it. I'll catch you guys later.